Good morning, children. We continue with the discussion of the ICSE 2020 English language question paper. And today we are going to do question number 3, which is the notice and email question. This is a question which is totally format based. So if you have done your answer as per the format, you can score 5 out of 5 for each of the questions, that is 5 in email, 5 in notice as well as 5 in email. We will be first discussing the notice. Now, what is a notice? A notice is a piece of paper which tells people what is going to happen at which place, at what time, and the people who are concerned and who should be involved in this activity. Now, for example, we will look into the specimen which was sent from the council. Now, this is the specimen. We will not get into the details, we'll just read the question. Your school is hosting an international debate competition. Write a notice for your school informing them of the event. So, this is a notice for your school students, right? So, obviously, where is the notice to be put up? At the notice board of the school. So the specimen answer says, war of words. I'll come into the details later. Let's just read it. War of words, inter-school debate competition. This is the event. When is the event? 8th of December 2017. At what time is the event? You have to mention that. So it is from 9 o'clock, rather 9 a.m. to 12 noon. And where is the event? At Centenary Hall, St. Hilda's School. So now we know about about this debate. We know few things. One, that it is an inter-school debate competition. It is on 8th of December. It is between 9 a.m. to 12 noon. And where is it going to be held? It is going to be held at Centenary Hall at St. Hilda's School. Fine. Now, who are supposed to be involved in this debate? The entire school? Let's see what it says. All pupils from classes 9 and 10 who wish to participate are to give their names to Mrs. T. Baker on or before 1st December 2017. Now see, the question doesn't define. Now this is basic bit. This is the target audience, classes 9 and 10. Does the question define that? This question simply says your school is hosting an inter-school debate competition. Now it has not defined the target audience, but the target audience contains some mark. So you will have to make your own target audience. So you can also say students of class 6 to 8 or whatever. But remember, if the question defines the target audience, you will have to use the same. So if it says your school is hosting an inter-school debate competition for classes 8 to 12, then you will have to write it here for classes 8 to 12. Now, what is the purpose of this line, the last line? The purpose of this last line is, now if there's a debate tomorrow, and say for example tomorrow from 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and there are students who are coming to you at 11:45 asking to participate in the event, will you be able to manage them? No. That is the reason Mrs. T. Baker on or before 1st December 2017. Now see, the debate is on 8th of December. We are accepting entries till 1st of December 2017. 2017. One more thing to remember is that the format here is centrally aligned. Everything is centrally aligned. The council allows two formats, but you cannot mix both the formats. One is centrally aligned and the other one is left line. Everything is on the left side. We will be following only the centrally aligned format. Whenever you are writing a notice, it will always be centrally aligned. I'm sure you have your notebooks with you. Take it out and write this down. This is basically the breakup of the notice marks. Once you do it in this way, you will not miss any of the marks in your exam. First is we are doing the notice. Number one is a catchy headline. Yeah, so catchy headline. What do you mean by a catchy headline? Catchy headline is something which you write as a heading which attracts the attention of people who are reading the notice board. Now let us understand how you should write a catchy headline. Let us again consider this example, the specimen. The topic was inter-school debate competition. So war of words, because it is an exchange of words, opinions. That is the reason we have here the topic is war of words. Any other topic you can think of which can become a creative headline could be used, but certainly you should not use creative headlines like 20th anniversary celebration of school. It has no relationship with the event. So you have to be logical while creating this catchy headline. Do not write anything just for the sake of it. You will not get this 1 mark. So catchy headline is important. It will be brief, short, to the point and catchy. And this should be in capital letters. Next in the line is event detail or event name. Now what is the event name? I have written war of words. So what? What is war of words? What is the name of the event or the detail? So we go back to the specimen, inter-school debate competition. So this is the name of the event and or the detail. This also carries 1 mark. You cannot miss these. Next, when is the event? On 8th of December 2017. Now in this, remember one thing. When you're writing the date of the event, it has to be a recent date. If the question has been asked in the month of March, say the exam is in the month of March and you have been given this question and you're writing the date of event, you are going to write the date of event as March. You will certainly not write 8th December, or say for example, if we are talking about an event in March and you're writing about April, June, or in that case February. It has to be the same month when the question has been asked. Time, any rational time from 9 a.m. to 12 noon here, and here is the time of the event. So 1 mark here, 1 mark. So 1 mark for the catchy headline, 1 mark for the name of the event or detail, half a mark for date of event. How are you going to write the date of event? You will not write 02/03/2220. You will write the date as this. Say for example, 20th April 2020. Next is the time of event. How are you going to write the time of event? I've already told you. Do not write only. I repeat, do not write time of event 10 a.m. It will be a range. it will be like from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. in the evening. For just the way it is written here, from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. If you write only from 9 a.m., that means you don't know when the program is going to end. Remember, this is a notice which is informing the students. So if the students don't know at what time the event is going to end, how are they going to plan to go back home? Next point. Now this is important. Many of you miss this point. This is extremely important. Venue. Venue is, where is this event being organized? In the school is wonderful. I know it's being organized in Seth M.R. Jaipuria School. But Seth M.R. Jaipuria School is huge. Where? In which corner? In which hall is it being organized? So you will have to write a smaller venue and a larger venue. In this case, the larger venue will be Seth M.R. Jaipuria School and the smaller venue will be the auditorium. Do not write Seth M.R. Jaipuria School as a smaller venue and Gomti Nagar Vineet Khand as the larger venue. There you will lose half plus half. Please note this because this is a part where many of you make mistakes. Next. So this is half plus half. 1 mark for the venue, but smaller venue and larger venue. Coming to the next point is the target audience. Whom are you addressing to? If there's a meeting for the teachers and the notice doesn't mention the teachers, then are we expecting the students to participate also? Or if the notice is for the students of primary school, will the class 11, 12 students also attend it? So just to clarify that doubt, there is a section for the target audience. Who are to be involved? For example, again I'll go back to the specimen. All pupils from class 9 to 10 who wish to participate. So target audience, again I repeat, if it is not mentioned in the question, you will create your own target audience. Right? Now target audience is of 1 mark. See how important it is. 1 mark is important. 7th point. One-liner regarding the notice. Now, as I told you, this line you will use to inform the people whom they should contact if they want to participate in the event which is being mentioned in this notice. In this case, we'll go again back to the specimen. So what it says, those who wish to participate are to give their names to Mrs. T. Baker on or before 1st of December 2017. Right? Now that ends the notice format and the way of writing. Remember how many marks it has? 1, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4 and 5 marks. So total marks is 5. Now let us go back to the ICSE question paper and see what was the question that was asked this year. Your school is organizing a fete or a carnival to raise funds for victims of the recent floods in your state. Write a notice to be put up on the school notice board giving details of the event. Okay, now write down the question somewhere so that we can relate it with this. I hope you have written it down. So we move on. So your school is organizing a fete carnival to raise funds for the victims of the recent floods in your state. So what catchy headline can you think of? Take 2 minutes, think. What would be the catchy headline? Help the needy. Now another catchy headline can be helping hands. Could you think of some? Okay, now let's move on to the event name or detail. So what is the event that we are talking about? The event is a fete or a carnival. For what? To raise funds for victims of the recent floods. So what is the name of the event? It is a fete or a carnival. And what is the detail? Detail is to raise funds for victims of recent floods. Will you write in your state? You will not write in your state. That is the question. You will write in Uttar Pradesh. Or if you are in Karnataka, you will write in Karnataka. Or whatever state you are in. Okay? Now moving on to the next point. Date of the event. Now be careful. This question is from ICSE 2020 and the paper happened in the month of March. So the date of the event has to be somewhere in March. If it is not in March, you will lose this half mark. Be very careful with this. Now, next point is time of event. The question does not mention any time of event. So this is something imaginary which you can write on your own. So in this case, you can write your own time of the event. Say for example, from 2 o'clock in the afternoon till 8 o'clock in the night. Coming to the venue. Again, smaller venue, larger venue. The question paper does not say anything about the venue. So it is all your. So it's up to you whatever venue you want to mention. For example, in our school's case, we can write the front field as the smaller venue and the larger venue would be St. M.R. Jaipuria School. Now the target audience. Are we calling the entire school or are we calling the entire or rather a specific segment of the school? The question paper discusses this? No. It does not say. It says simply write a notice to be put up on the notice board giving details of the event. So we will, this is an event for the entire school. So we will, in this, we are going to write target audience, all the students. It will be for all the students because a fete is open to all students. Now coming to this one liner regarding the notice. Though this does not carry any marks, but we do mention it. So let us read the question again. What is it saying? Your school is organizing a fete carnival to raise funds for victims of the recent flood in your state. Write a notice to be put up on the school notice board giving details of the event. Now, what will you put here? Can you think of anything? Let us read the specimen. Specimen says, those who wish to participate can give their names to Mrs. T. Baker before 1st of December. So in this case, you can add those who want their own stalls in this fete may contact Mrs. whatever name you want to give before, at least the date would be before 7 days of the date of event. Right? I hope you have understood this. This is how you're supposed to write a notice. Students, I forgot to mention one point. I'm so sorry for that. Remember this catchy headline. It cannot be in any other language but English. Do not try to make it fancy by using other languages like French or anything. And whatever word you write should be understood by the examiner. He should be able to interpret what this line means because it's your loss. If you write something and the examiner doesn't understand, he will not give you this 1 mark. Keep it simple, straightforward, to the point. So with that, we end the discussion on notice. Next, we will be discussing email. Now, one more thing you should note, that in your question paper, or any question paper of ICSE, this question 3, again, first is notice, second is email. These two are always interconnected. You will always get a notice which will be interconnected to the email question. It cannot be two separate entities. The event will be the same for both the questions. Second point is, create your notice in such a way it is crisp and to the point. Do not write too much. Based on each of these points, just write 1 or 2 lines maximum. Do not write paragraphs. With that, we come to the end of notice writing. As an assignment, you will be doing this question 3A. I'm reading out the question once again. It's your school is organizing a fete or a carnival to raise funds for victims of recent floods in your state. Write a notice to be put up on the school notice board giving details of the event. Now, one more thing, the notice, you may put it inside a box. You may not use a box. There is no marks for the box. Thank you so much. If you have any doubts, please ask.